Good men still exist, but finding one who is truly faithful, that has become one of the hardest things a woman can do in 2026. And I want to tell you why. Not to scare you, not to make you give up, but because understanding the real reason is the only way to protect yourself and find the right one anyway. My darlings, I have been getting the same message from women all over the world. Loretta, why is it so hard to find a loyal man? Loretta, every man I meet is talking to 5 other women. Loretta, he seemed perfect, and then I found out about his Instagram. Loretta, how did you and Chester make it work when everything around us is falling apart? Today I am answering all of it, because this conversation is long overdue. Let me start with something that might surprise you. Faithful men are not extinct. I want to be very clear about that. There are still men who choose one woman, who delete the apps the moment they commit, who do not keep options open, who are not texting 3 other women while they are dating you. These men exist, but something has changed in the environment around them, and that something is social media. My darlings, social media did not create unfaithful men, but it gave unfaithful tendencies an unlimited playground. Think about what has changed in the last 15 years. 15 years ago, if a man wanted to meet someone outside his relationship, he had to make an effort. He had to leave the house. He had to find the opportunity. It took energy. It took risk. It took planning. Today, he does not have to leave the couch. He can have 10 conversations with 10 different women while sitting right next to you, while you are watching a movie together, while you are asleep. The barrier to temptation has not just been lowered, it has been almost completely removed, and that changes everything. My darlings, let me explain something called the options problem. Before social media, most people dated within a relatively small world. Their town, their social circle, their workplace, their neighborhood. And within that small world, commitment made sense because options were limited, and limited options create focus. Now, a man with a dating app in his pocket has access to thousands of women in his city alone, and the human brain was not designed for this. When we believe we have unlimited options, we have more difficulty committing to any single one. Not because he does not like you, but because his brain keeps whispering, but what if there is someone even better? Just one more swipe, just one more message, just one more possibility. My darlings, this is not an excuse for unfaithful behavior. It is an explanation for why the landscape has changed so dramatically, and why women who understand this are much better equipped to navigate it. Now let me tell you something that the internet does not want you to hear. Social media does not just affect men, it affects women too, in a very specific way. It raises what researchers call the perceived standard. Every day, women scroll through images of what a perfect relationship looks like. Perfect couples, perfect moments, perfect proposals, perfect men. And over time, this creates an impossibly high bar, not just for the men you date, but for what you believe a loyal, committed relationship even looks like. My darlings, real love is not curated. Real love is not always photographed well. Real love does not look like what you see on a screen. And when women hold real relationships up against a social media standard of perfection, real love always looks insufficient, even when it is completely genuine. This is one of the reasons so many good relationships end. Not because something is wrong, but because someone kept comparing it to something that does not actually exist. My darlings, let me give you something practical now, because I did not come here just to explain the problem. I came here to help you solve it. Here is what I know about finding a faithful man in this environment. The first thing, watch what he does with his phone. Not in a paranoid way, in an observational way. A man who is serious about you does not protect his phone like it contains state secrets. He does not immediately flip it over when a notification comes in. He does not step out of the room every time he gets a message. He does not have passwords on everything that he never told you about. A man who is faithful is not hiding anything, and a man who is not hiding anything does not behave like he is. This is not about distrust. This is about paying attention to what you see. Actions tell the truth even when words are careful. The second thing, watch how he talks about other women. A faithful man does not keep a mental inventory of available women. He does not compare you to other women. He does not casually mention how attractive he finds women you know. He does not follow hundreds of women on social media whose only content is their appearance. This does not mean he becomes blind. It means he has made a decision. And a man who has made a decision does not keep shopping. The third thing, watch how consistent he is. A faithful man is the same person on Monday as he is on Saturday. He is the same person when things are going well as he is when things are hard. He is the same person when you are watching and when you are not. Consistency is the single most reliable indicator of character. Not the grand gestures, not the romantic speeches, the Tuesday afternoon behavior, the Wednesday morning text, the Thursday evening when nothing special is happening. That is where you find out who someone really is. The fourth thing, watch what he prioritizes. A man who has chosen you makes you a priority, not the only priority, but a real, consistent, undeniable priority. He does not make you feel like you are competing with everything else in his life. He does not cancel on you repeatedly for things that are less important. He does not make you feel like you are lucky to get whatever time is left over. A faithful man prioritizes the person he has chosen because that choice means something to him. The fifth thing, watch how he handles conflict. My darlings, this is perhaps the most overlooked indicator of all. How a man behaves when you disagree tells you everything about his character. A faithful man does not threaten to leave every time things get difficult. He does not use other women as leverage. He does not say things like, "Plenty of other women would be grateful." He does not make you feel like your relationship is always one argument away from ending. A faithful man works through conflict with you because he has decided you are worth working through conflict with. My darlings, I also want to talk about something that nobody says openly. Some women are choosing the wrong men and then wondering why they cannot find a faithful one. I say this with love because I have seen this pattern repeat too many times. The man who made your heart race on the first date, who seemed like the most exciting person in the room, who was a little unpredictable and a little unavailable and a little dangerous. That man is rarely the faithful one. The man who made your heart race did not make your nervous system feel safe. He made it feel activated. And activated feels like chemistry, but it is not always love. Sometimes it is just familiarity with chaos. A faithful man often feels different in the beginning. He feels steadier, more predictable, sometimes even a little less dramatic. And women who have been conditioned by social media to expect constant stimulation can mistake that steadiness for boredom. My darlings, steady is not boring. Steady is the foundation of everything real. Steady is what 41 years looks like from the inside. Let me tell you what social media got very wrong about men and relationships. It taught men that more is always better. More options, more attention, more validation from more women all the time. And it taught women that they should accept this as normal, that a man keeping options open is just how dating works now, that you cannot expect exclusivity until months into a relationship, that you should not ask too many questions, that you should play it cool. My darlings, none of this is true. All of it is designed to keep both men and women in a permanent state of anxiety and availability. Anxious people do not commit. Anxious people keep scrolling. And platforms that need your attention need you anxious. The moment you understand that, you can step out of it. You can choose a different pace, a slower pace, a pace where you actually see who someone is before you give them everything. My darlings, good men exist. Faithful men exist. Men who will delete the apps and choose you fully and never make you question it. They exist. But they are found by women who know what they are looking for, by women who are not so dazzled by chemistry that they miss character, by women who are patient enough to watch behavior over time, by women who have enough self-worth to walk away from anything that does not feel right. Those women find the right men, not because they were lucky, because they were clear. Be clear about what you want. Be patient enough to see the truth. Be brave enough to walk away from anything less. And then, when the right one comes, you will know, because he will not make you wonder. He will make you certain. Write it in the comments. Have you noticed how social media has changed dating? Do you think faithful men are harder to find now than they were before? I want to hear from you. See you in the next one, my darlings.